हमारे साले पे जाएंगे, हमारे साले पे जाएंगे।
May I have your lordship's permission to commence the proceedings of the court?
Please. My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court, my learned colleagues, Sri Vikas Singh, President of the Supreme Court Bar Association, and the office bearers, Mr. Nair, President Skora, and the office bearers, senior advocates, members of the family of Colonel R. Balasubramaniam, Sri Pramod Swarup, and Sri Swaraj Kaushal, and my dear friends. Sir, today we gather to honor the lives and legacy of late Colonel R. Balasubramaniam, late Sri Pramod Swarup, and late Sri Swaraj Kaushal, who have served the cause of justice with distinction. Colonel R. Balasubramaniam. Born on 25th of July 1959, late Colonel R. Balasubramaniam was an exceptional individual and a distinguished legal luminary. He was enrolled as an advocate with the Bar Council of Tamil Nadu on 15 December 82 and practiced as an advocate before the Hon'ble Madras High Court and District Court before joining the Indian Army in 1983. Driven by a deep passion for law, he was commissioned in the Judge Advocate General's Department of the Indian Army in 1985. Colonel Balasubramaniam took voluntary retirement in 2007, giving him the rare dual legacy of being both a soldier and a lawyer. Colonel R. Balasubramaniam's legal career was marked not only by exceptional success but also by an undying pursuit of excellence. He was a true champion of justice. While in service, he was awarded Vishishta Seva Medal for distinguished services rendered in the Indian Army by Honorable President of India on 26th of January 2006. He was also awarded the Chief of Army Staff Commendation thrice, as well as Vice Chief of Army Staff and Army Commandant Eastern Command commendations for outstanding services rendered for the Indian Army. He had also been Assistant Solicitor General for AFT Principal Branch. Colonel Balasubramaniam's life was defined by service first to the nation in the armed forces and then to the cause of justice in the courtroom. He was the first ever service officer to be designated as a senior advocate by this honorable court. As a senior advocate, Colonel Balasubramaniam was revered for his deep expertise in constitutional law, administrative law, civil law, and service laws. He argued cases that have shaped legal precedents, where his disciplined approach and clarity of legal thought set a benchmark for professional excellence. Those of us who saw him in court recall his poised demeanor and the methodical precision with which he presented arguments, qualities no doubt owned by his military background. He actively contributed to the growth of the bar, treating everyone with unfailing courtesy and respect. He was also a distinguished member of the Executive Committee of Supreme Court Bar Association. Colonel Balasubramaniam left us on 14th of September 25, leaving all of us in grief. The legal fraternity lost a distinguished member of the bar, and many of us lost a dear friend, Colonel Bala, to all of us. Colonel Balasubramaniam's legacy lives in his family. He is survived by his wife, Mrs. A. Anita, son, Mr. B. Venkataraman, who continues the family's legacy as an advocate of this honorable court, and daughter-in-law, Mrs. Gayatri V. Sri Pramod Swarup. It is with deep sense of reverence and profound sorrow that we also honor today the memory of late Sri Pramod Swarup, a distinguished senior advocate whose immense contribution to the legal profession unwavering dedication to the cause of justice, and exemplary character continues to inspire us. Born on 16 June 1942, Sri Swaroop joined his shining testament to the power of hard work, humility, and determination. After having completed his law graduation and practicing in Allahabad High Court, he immediately shifted to Delhi. Sri Pramod Swaroop's legacy commenced after his graduation and continued till he died before this honorable court. It was in this honorable court that his legal expertise flourished and he became known not only for his formidable knowledge of law but also for his impeccable ethical standard. Late Sri Pramod Swaroop was designated as a senior advocate, a fitting acknowledgement of his contribution to the legal community and his outstanding services to justice. Beyond his legal acumen, Mr. Swaroop was also a beloved mentor and a friend to many, both at the bar and on the bench. His humility, willingness to guide those around him made him cherished figure in the legal fraternity. As Honorary Secretary of the Supreme Court Bar Association for 3 terms, he worked tirelessly to support his colleagues and ensure that interests of the bar were upheld, while maintaining the highest degree of integrity and professionalism. His legacy in the legal profession is being carried forward by his son, Mr. Praveen Swaroop, advocate on record, and his daughter, Pareena Swaroop, advocate and former Honorary Secretary of the Supreme Court Bar Association. He is survived by his grandchildren, Miss Payal Swaroop and Miss Rohit Swaroop, both of whom have followed in the footsteps to become advocates, ensuring that his legacy continues in the legal profession. Shri Swaraj Kaushal. Shri Swaraj Kaushal was born on 12th July 1952 in Solan. He was a man whose contributions to law, public life, public welfare, and betterment of society were immeasurable. He needs no formal introduction, for his legacy is etched in the annals of this honorable court and in the hearts of those who had privilege of knowing him. Sri Swaraj Kaushal's journey in the legal profession is nothing short of inspiring. He was an eminent lawyer on the criminal side, a public servant, and above all, a lover of justice and equality. He navigated an exceptional career that spanned across courtroom and the highest levels of public life. Sri Swaraj Kaushal's legal career was marked not only by exceptional success but also by an undying pursuit of excellence. He was a true champion of justice, and his diligence, integrity, and work ethics were unparalleled. In recognition of his outstanding legal acumen, this honorable court designated him as a senior advocate on 20th of December 1986, just at the age of 34 years, a title few can attain at that stage in that era. On 18 February 1990, he made history by becoming India's youngest governor, assuming charge of the state of Mizoram at 37 years of age, a role he fulfilled with dedication until 9th February 1993. These twin milestones illustrate his caliber, but beyond the titles and offices, it was the purpose to which he put these positions that truly defines him. His tenure as a senior advocate at the Supreme Court of India was characterized by numerous landmark cases, thereby enabling him to wield his profound influence on legal fraternity. In the pages of history, Sri Swaraj Kaushal will forever be remembered for his courage and conviction during the most trying times. As a young lawyer during the period of emergency, he took on the formidable task of defending Sri George Fernandes in the famous Baroda dynamite conspiracy case. During a period of suspended rights and widespread distrust, Sri Swaraj Kaushal acted to uphold the rule of law. Besides being an advocate par excellence, his legal and administrative prowess was further recognized when he was appointed the Advocate General of Mizoram in 1987. He helped to lay down sound legal foundations for the then newly formed state of Mizoram. As a statesman, his impact was unmatched. He had taken active part in the peace negotiations with Mizo National Front, which eventually led to signing of Mizoram Accord in 1986. His career in public service continued as he later served as a member of parliament in Rajya Sabha. Sri Swaraj Kaushal is survived by his daughter, Miss Basuri Swaraj, a senior advocate and a member of Lok Sabha, who is carrying forward his legacy in law and public service. As we honor Sri Swaraj Kaushal's memory, we celebrate a life that broke barriers and uplifted others. His courage in court, his leadership in public service, and his humility in personal interactions serve as an inspiration to all of us. My lords, on behalf of the central government, on behalf of the learned Attorney General, on behalf of all my colleagues, and on my behalf, I pay condolences and I pray that let the souls of the departed rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Justice Suryakant, Honorable Judges of this Court, Learned Attorney General for India, Learned Solicitor General for India, Shri Tushar Mehta, Law Officers of the Government of India, respected family members of Colonel R. Balasubramaniam and of Shri late Pramod Swarup and Shri late Kaushal Swaraj, members of the Executive Committee of the Supreme Court Bar Association, Shri Vipin Nair, President SCORA, members of the Executive Committee of the SCORA, members of the Bar, ladies and gentlemen. The strength of an institution is often measured not only by its judgment, but the lives of those who serve it with conscience and conviction. Institutions endure because individuals of character give them meaning beyond structure and procedure. Today we are solemnly assembled to honor the memory of the legacy of late R. Balasubramaniam, late Pramod Swarupji, and late Kaushal Swarajji, three distinguished members of the legal fraternity whose lives reflect service, constitutional courage and integrity. Their passing is a profound loss to the bar and to the justice delivery system, for they were not only eminent professionals, but they also valued colleagues and mentors whom many of us shared years of association, learning and respect. Colonel Balasubramaniam was nurtured in a family environment that placed paramount value on education, discipline and public service, principles that remained the north star of his character and guided his professional life for decades. He is survived by his wife, Srimati Anita Balasubramaniam, and his son, Shri Ashwin, to whom this court and the legal fraternity extend their deepest condolences. He pursued his legal studies with singular focus and academic rigor, obtaining a master's degree and enrolling as an advocate with the Bar Council of Tamil Nadu on 15 December 1982. Commencing his journey in the Madras High Court and District Courts, he handled matters across criminal, civil and labour law, and even as a young lawyer, he demonstrated early promise through diligence, meticulous preparation and a disciplined approach that set him apart from his peers. He authored articles and books on a number of legal issues relating to rule of law and peacekeeping operations and actively participated in national and international seminars on these subjects. In 1983, he answered the call of the nation, and in 1985, he was commissioned into the Judge Advocate General Department of the Indian Army, marking the beginning of a distinguished military legal career spanning more than 23 years. Rising to the rank of colonel, he served the nation with exceptional dedication in various high-level judicial and administrative appointments. He possessed vast expertise in handling conduct and disciplinary cases and in defending and monitoring writ petitions, SLPs, civil suits, MACT cases before the Supreme Court and High Courts. His professional competence received international acclaim when he served as legal advisor to the United Nations mission in Ethiopia and Eritrea. And in 2002, he was awarded special commendation by the UN Secretary General, Special Representative and Force Commander for his exceptional devotion to peacekeeping operations in conflict-prone environments. His devotion to UN peacekeeping duties earned him rare recognition with commendations highlighting his contribution to international law. Upon taking voluntary retirement in 2007, he returned to active practice, seamlessly transforming from uniform to gown, and soon emerged as a preeminent luminary and an institutional bridge in service and armed forces jurisprudence, bringing military precision to constitutional advocacy. In 2019, Supreme Court of India designated him as a senior advocate, a moment of profound historic significance as he became the first ever service officer in the 70-year history of this court to be conferred with this prestigious distinction. As an A-panel counsel for the Government of India, the former Assistant Solicitor General for the Armed Forces Tribunal, he represented the Union in matters of national importance, including the Rafale deal litigation. He earned the profound respect of nation's highest law officers, frequently assisting successive Attorney General, Solicitor Generals in matters of vital constitutional and national importance. Our professional association traces back many years. I recall with great fondness the period when he served in the JG department and he would brief me during my term as Additional Solicitor General of India. His preparation even then was marked by the same meticulousness and clarity that later became his hallmark at the senior bar. His advocacy was characterized by a rare combination of measured restraint, crystalline clarity of thought, and meticulous preparation, and this dedication to the craft of law is immortalized in his vast body of work, leaving behind an enduring legacy of over 250 reported judgments of the Supreme Court. Beyond the courtroom, he played a pivotal role in mentoring the next generation lawyers. He was remarkably cool, calm, and composed even in the most high-pressure legal battles, and a man of immense humility. He maintained a cherished tradition of always sharing lunch with his associates, treating them his team with warmth and equality that earned him that lifelong loyalty. Members of the Supreme Court Bar Association described him as a gentleman to the core, one who combined the rigor of a soldier with the compassion of a lawyer. As the patron of the Armed Forces Tribunal Principal Bench Bar Association, he remained an approachable and humble guide to the service law community and until his final days. Colonel Bala passed away in September 2025. He served the nation with distinction both in uniform and robes, embodying the finest tradition of Indian Army and the Indian Bar. His life stands as a testament to duty, discipline, and unwavering commitment to justice. Late Shri Pramod Swarup was born into a family of immense intellectual and professional stature in Allahabad. He was the son of the legendary Babu Jagdish Swarup, former Solicitor General of India and a renowned legal scholar. His family background reflected pioneering excellence. His grandfather, Rai Bahadur Bishun Swarup, was the first Indian chief engineer during the British era, and his father-in-law was the late Justice Kamla Sai, judge of the Patna High Court. He is survived by a family deeply rooted in his professional values. His son, Shri Praveen Swarup, advocate on record, his daughter, Parina Swarup, former Honorary Secretary of the SCBA, and his grandchildren, Payal Swarup and Rohit Swarup, who have recently joined the noble profession to carry on his legacy forward, to whom this court and legal fraternity extend their deepest condolences. He was a man of versatile academic brilliance. He earned his master's in mathematics from Allahabad University before pursuing his Bachelor of Law. He was enrolled as an advocate with Bar Council of Uttar Pradesh in 2nd March 1962. His career began with a brief but insightful stint in the judiciary, serving as a Munsif magistrate in Gaya, Bihar between 63 and 68. However, he was not content with the role and soon realized that his true calling lay in advocacy. With clarity of purpose, he resigned from his judicial post and returned to Allahabad to practice law, setting the foundation for what would become a distinguished and enduring career. In the early 70s, his father, Jagdish Swarupji, was appointed as Solicitor General of India and shifted to Delhi. It opened a new chapter for him. Seizing the opportunity, he immediately moved to New Delhi and began his practice in the Supreme Court, where he successfully carved out his own identity and had his own among greats of the bar. He built a towering reputation known for his exceptional clarity of thought, speed of preparation, and an unwavering commitment to the highest traditions of the profession. Even after his father completed his tenure as law officer of the Union and returned to Allahabad, he chose to remain in Delhi, continuing his successful practice at the Supreme Court and establishing himself as one of the most reputed figures. During his illustrious legal career, he primarily handled private litigation across diverse branches of law. In the later years, he also undertook substantial government work, serving as standing counsel for the states of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, and being empaneled with the government of Madhya Pradesh, as well as several other government bodies and corporations. His practice spanned almost every area of law, reflecting both versatility and depth of expertise. Beyond advocacy, his scholarship enriched the profession. He revised the celebrated book Making of a Good Lawyer, authored by his late father, Shri Jagdish Swarup, ensuring that its wisdom and guidance continued to inspire new generation of lawyers. He was also an institutional pillar of the Supreme Court Bar Association, as he was elected as the Honorable Secretary of 3 terms in 1988, 1993 and 1994, and served as senior member of the Executive Committee. His leadership was defined by a deep concern for judicial system, where he tirelessly advocated for discipline and necessity of meticulous preparation. To young lawyers, Shri Swarup both a guide and an inspiration. He believed that advocacy was a way of life, not just a career. He articulated this philosophy with the characteristic clarity. One should remain honest to their profession. If in the initial years they have trouble finding cases, then they should not get disappointed and they should stay dedicated. They should keep reading and strengthening their legal knowledge along with its practical application to achieve success. He was a vocal proponent of the constitutional law and public interest litigation, viewing them as vital tools for societal change. He firmly believed that any determined and sincere individual could carve out a place in the profession through sheer hard work and honesty. Beyond the courtroom, Shri Swarup was a man who embraced life with immense vitality. He was known for his liberal and simple nature, possessing a genuine zeal for travel, fine food and exploring new places. He was a devoted grandfather who cherished spending time with his grandchildren, often accompanying them to markets and enjoying their company. Shri Swarup passed away on 25th November 25. His life stands as a testament to the belief that the cumulative experience of serving justice day after day with integrity and discipline is the true measure of a great lawyer. Late Shri Kaushal Swaraj ji was born in 52 in Solan, in the then Patiala and East Punjab States Union, present-day Himachal Pradesh, to Shri Madan Lal and Shrimati Lajwanti. From an early age, he exhibited intellectual seriousness, independence of thought, and a strong inclination towards public life and constitutional values. He received his foundational education at DAV School, Chandigarh, and pursued his Bachelor of Arts at DAV College, Chandigarh. He thereafter completed his LLB from Faculty of Laws, Punjab University, Chandigarh. His academic training laid a strong foundation in constitutional law, criminal jurisprudence, and public governance. Commencing his practice in New Delhi, he rapidly distinguished himself as a criminal lawyer of exceptional ability. His clarity of reasoning, courtroom composure, and intellectual depth set him apart early in his career. A defining chapter of his professional life unfolded during the emergency of 75-76, when civil liberties were gravely curtailed. During this period, he displayed remarkable courage by appearing in defense of Shri George Fernandes in the renowned Baroda dynamite case, choosing professional duty and constitutional fidelity over personal safety. His most enduring contribution to the nation lies in his engagement in the northeast of India, particularly Mizoram. In 79, he successfully secured the release of Shri Lal Denga, the leader of the Mizo National Front, in a conspiracy trial. He subsequently served as a constitutional advisor to the organization during negotiation with the Government of India. These sustained efforts culminated in the signing of the Mizoram Peace Accord on 30th of June 1986, a historic settlement that ended nearly 2 decades of insurgency. He played a pivotal role in drafting and shaping this accord, which remains one of the most successful peace processes in independent India. His recognition for his contributions, he was appointed in recognition for his contributions, he was appointed as the first Advocate General of Mizoram in 1987, becoming the youngest person in the country to hold the office. In 1990, at 37 years, he was later appointed as Governor of Mizoram. His tenure from 90 to 93 was marked by restraint, sensitivity to regional aspirations, and a strict adherence to constitutional discipline, earning him the trust across political and social divides. His distinguished legal career transitioned seamlessly into the halls of Parliament when he served as member of the Rajya Sabha from Haryana between 1998 to 2004. In the upper house, his interventions reflected a lawyer's precision and a statement's sobriety, particularly on issues of federalism, internal security, and governance. Throughout his life, whether as an advocate, negotiator, governor, or parliamentarian, he carried his legal conscience into public life with humility and quiet authority. On 13 July 75, he was married to Shrimati Sushma Swaraj in a partnership defined by mutual respect, intellectual companionship, and a shared commitment to public service, which endured until her passing away on 6th of August 2019. He is survived by his illustrious daughter, Ms. Masuri Swaraj, a member of Parliament and a senior advocate designated by this court, who continues the family's distinguished engagement with law and public life. Shri Kaushal Swaraj passed away on 4th December 2025 at age 73. He belonged to a rare generation of lawyers who did not merely interpret the Constitution, but lived by its deeper values, liberty, dialogue, restraint, and institutional balance. His life stands as a testament to the transformative power of law when guided by courage and constitutional morality. His memory will continue to inspire generations of lawyers, statesmen, and public servants. May their soul rest in eternal peace.
My esteemed sister and brother judges, Sri Tushar Mehta, Learned Solicitor General of India, Learned Additional Solicitor Generals of India, Sri Vikas Singh, President, Supreme Court Bar Association, and other office bearers of the Supreme Court Bar Association, Sri Vipin Nair, President of SCORA and other office bearers of SCORA, eminent senior advocates, Secretary General, Supreme Court of India and other members of the registry, distinguished members of the bar, family members of the noble departed souls. We assemble here this morning to render our heartfelt and solemn tribute to three preeminent titans of our legal fraternity, Colonel R. Balasubramaniam, Sri Savraj Kaushal, and Sri Pramod Savru, who once graced these halls with their inimitable blend of intellectual rigor, piercing wit, and brilliance. Colonel R. Balasubramaniam, in honoring the memory of Colonel retired R. Balasubramaniam, we recall a life defined by the harmonious convergence of a martial discipline and jurisprudential mastery. His journey commenced at the Madras High Court, where his early advocacy in criminal and civil domains served as a prelude to a distinguished career within the Indian Army. In over 35 years of legal service, he navigated the complexities of constitutional and administrative law with a level of precision that became his hallmark. Having served for more than 23 years within the Judge Advocate General's Department, he curated an unblemished record, transitioning seamlessly from the austerities of military discipline to the corridors of the Supreme Court of India. His post-retirement practice was nothing short of historic. He became the first service officer in the history of Supreme Court to be designated as a senior advocate. As an A panel counsel and Assistant Solicitor General, he was a formidable sentinel for the Union of India, contributing to over 250 reported judgments that now stand as enduring pillars of our legal literature. His intellect was not confined to the courtrooms, it flourished in his scholarly contributions to the rule of law and service laws, especially in matters pertaining to the armed forces and international peacekeeping, thereby bridging the gap between national service and global legal discourse. The accolades bestowed upon him from the Vishisht Seva Medal awarded by the President of India to special commendations from the United Nations speak to a devotion that transcended borders, whether through the Chief of Army Staff commendations or his work in UN peacekeeping missions. Colonel Balasubramaniam exemplified the profound impact of a life dedicated to the service of justice, both in uniform and in robes. Beyond the brilliance of his brief, he was celebrated for his rare and refreshing candor. He was one of the most principled advocates, presenting his case with exhaustive ability while possessing the professional integrity to admit a legal deficiency when confronted with an impossible position. This transparency earned him such profound institutional respect that often, instead of addressing him formally as a senior counsel, we would frequently refer to him simply and affectionately as Bala. On behalf of this court and the esteemed legal fraternity, we extend our heartfelt condolences to his wife, Mrs. Anita, his son V. Venkatraman, his daughter-in-law Mrs. Gayatri V, and her father Mr. V. Viswanathan. Sri Pramod Swarup ji, his life was as much a celebration of the intellect as it was a testament to the enduring values of our profession. Born into a lineage of profound distinction, the son of the Venerable Babu Jagdish Swarup and grandson of Rai Bahadur Bishan Swarup, he carried the weight of a great legacy with effortless grace. While his academic journey began with a master's degree in mathematics, it was law that ultimately claimed his devotion. Though he briefly donned the robes of the bench as a municipal magistrate in Bihar, the clarion call of the bar proved irresistible. Relinquishing the opportunity of being a part of the judiciary, he chose the vibrant, often turbulent arena of advocacy, eventually finding his true home in chamber number 25 of the Supreme Court's old block. Here, he did not merely practice, he thrived, holding his own among the legendary figures of his time. His service as the Honorary Secretary of the Supreme Court Bar Association mirrored his commitment to the fraternity, while his diverse practice, spanning from private litigation to serving as standing counsel for multiple states, demonstrated a legal mind of rare versatility. He participated in several landmark decisions, including the Constitution Bench ruling in Sukhdev Singh versus Bhagat Sardar Singh, which broadened the concept of state. Beyond the courtroom, Swarupji was a man who, I am told, possessed an unviable zest for life. He was a liberal spirit who found profound joy in the simple elegance of travel, the warmth of a good meal, and the cherished company of his grandchildren. Yet, even in his moments of leisure, his mind remained a restless guardian for justice, constantly seeking that elusive legal point or hidden leverage that could turn the tide of a case. Today, as his legacy is carried forward by his son Mr. Praveen Swarup and daughter Ms. Parina Swarup, along with his grandchildren Payal and Rohit, who all of them are with us here, we bid farewell to a true gentleman of the bar, a man who proved that one could be a master of the law while remaining a humble student of life. Sri Sauraj Kaushalji, as we speak of him, we reflect upon a life that moved with extraordinary velocity and purpose, personifying the highest ideals of constitutional commitment and public service. A prodigy of the Indian bar, his early years coincided with some of the most difficult chapters of our constitutional history. It was during the national emergency that he first signaled his unwavering devotion to civil liberties in the renewed Baroda Dynamite case. His contribution to the nation, particularly within the northeastern frontier, remains not just historic but unparalleled. Possessing a profound mastery of federal principles and conflict resolution, Kaushalji played a pivotal role in weaving the dialogue that culminated in the Mizoram Peace Accord of 1986, which stands as an enduring monument to his exceptional skills in negotiation and mediation. His ascent within the profession was also nothing short of meteoric. Designated as a senior advocate by the Supreme Court at an early age of 34, he set a milestone that remains luminous in the annals of the bar. This distinction was followed by a series of historic firsts. He became the youngest Advocate General in the country upon Mizoram's statehood, and subsequently, at the age of 37, the youngest individual to be appointed as a governor in the history of our republic. Whether he was discharging his duties as the constitutional head of the state or enriching the debates of the Rajya Sabha with his characteristic clarity of thought, Kaushalji remained a tireless servant of the constitution and leaves behind a legacy of peacemaking and institution building that will continue to inspire generations of lawyers and public servants yet to come. On a personal note, my own journey has been profoundly shaped by the grace and mentorship of Sri Kaushalji. Our association dates back to the early 90s when I was but a young practitioner at the High Court. In those formative years, I was fortunate to receive not only his professional guidance but also the deep-seated love and affection of both Savraj Kaushalji and Srimati Sushma Swaraj. Their presence in my life was a rare sanctuary of guidance throughout. We are joined today by their daughter, Bansuri Swaraj, a senior advocate and member of parliament who, I hope, finds comfort in knowing that Swaraj's legacy has had an immense impact on this institution today and for the times to come. In concluding our tribute, we are reminded that though the three legal luminaries may no longer be with us physically, the resonance of a life well lived is never truly extinguished. These three doyens, Colonel Balasubramanian, Pramodji, and Kaushalji, enriched the very soul of our legal heritage. As we bid them a final solemn farewell, we find warmth in the knowledge that their legacies remain alive in the juniors they inspired, the families who carry their names, and the laws they helped refine. They have moved beyond the reach of our arguments, but they shall forever remain within the sanctuary of our respect and remembrance. May the light they ignited continue to illuminate the path for all of us who follow in their footsteps. May I request you all to stand up and observe 2 minutes silence. But no, we should.